Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers, I hope you're enjoying your Christmas preparations. Yes, Christmas is getting ever closer, and any suggestion that you may hear in the episode coming up that it is not that close is a nasty lie and horribleness. We're always grateful for ratings and reviews, readers, if you should leave them on your podcast app of choice, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. They help with the algorithm in ways that we don't fully understand. We'd love to hear from you on social media. When we mentioned on social media that we would be at Dragonmeet and we hope to see a few of you, I have to admit that none of us had any genuine expectation that anybody would turn up, but you actually did. And it was lovely to see those of you on the day. What fun it was to meet up. Johnny was offered a drink even though it was too early, even for him. And we'll be back next year, we hope, and we hope to see more of you. Overall, the day was great. We played some demo games and the trading halls were buzzing and it was bigger than ever before. Highly recommended. You can find us on social media, of course, at Billowing Hilltop on Twix and at Billowing Hilltop on pretty much everything else. Otherwise, I have nothing to add, no news or information, so let us push on with episode 172 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Long rest, ye merry gentlemen. Have yourself a merry little... We can start Christmas now because Paul's not here. Hello, readers. Paul's not here. Paul is in Dusseldorf. As a result, we can start Christmas. Because he hates it.
What is he doing in Dusseldorf? I mean, a holiday or...
You don't say Dusseldorf, so you say Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf. Which is appropriate since it's Christmas and there's Noel.
What's he doing there, though? I mean, is he gone there? He hasn't gone there for a holiday.
He's having some parts retooled.
Some new diodes.
I think the organic remnants of him are being looked at by
an expert.
2 weeks to go.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Breast pumps roasting on an open fire.
It's not 2 weeks to Christmas.
1 week to Christmas.
No, it's the 14th of December, as you well know. How are the Christmas preparations going, by the way, Lucas? You must be gearing up for all of your work, your secret life.
Yeah, it's beginning to get a bit stressful, but, you know, one
You're
does
not
as one
unionised,
must.
are they, all those little gnomes?
Too
I
right.
think they're elves.
I
Are
insisted
they
on
elves?
Done all your Christmas shopping?
Yes, just in time. We've got one more episode before Christmas, and that is that. Now, Johnny, we were having a talk before we started the great recording machine. Johnny can't remember where we are, what we were doing. And I have to admit, I can't remember what we were doing because it's been a couple of weeks, because last weekend was the grand gathering of the Hilltop. A little Christmas custom. I have looked up where we got to, and where we got to was in a clearing because you just killed a tree. Do you remember killing the tree?
Yeah.
That is what you did. And once you'd killed the tree, you noticed something. Can anybody remember?
We noticed
what it was.
some branches, some leaves. No, it was...
No.
No, I have no idea.
Nobody can remember.
No. In our defence, we have done like 3 other different campaigns in the meantime.
Exactly. There was a raven, is what you noticed.
Oh, that was... Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay, shoot it.
Burple noticed.
Yeah,
Well,
did I?
It was all a bit late for that. As you took in your surroundings, flushed with victory, Burple noticed, with an extremely accomplished perception check, that regarding you from a high branch in the shadow of the canopy was a raven. The moment that Burple noticed it, it beat its wings. There was a kind of woof, and it was off like a rat up a drain pipe. Gone. Vanished. But it had been watching you through your fight with... That thing was called a night twist. That horrible tree. A night twist.
Was it?
Yeah, who knew? I mean, I knew, but then I've got the book. If you're left standing in this clearing, this giant thing is slumped before you. The trees that it had awakened are now no longer awakened, so they've sort of taken root around you in the middle of the clearing, where before there were no trees, now there are 4 trees. What do you want to do?
Search
Kill the trees.
Chop them down?
No.
the main tree. Is there anything, in the roots within the main tree?
Nothing. Didn't look like the sort of organism that found possessions particularly important.
Don't understand the significance of the raven.
No, you don't.
I think it might be our...
you do.
our opposites. Do we recognise a raven from any of those guys?
Yeah, you do recognise a raven from somewhere, searching back in your mind, since there's no point in making people make rolls for things they would remember. When you were in the casino in Even Star, and you surprised there was a heavy from Cuthbert's crew called Malaby Splinterskull.
That's right.
Along with a tiefling.
Was this the one that
Very
they
kind of-
trapped in this?
Yeah, bright, sparkly eyes. And when you burst in, there were two of them, and one of them said go.
Yeah.
Seemed to turn into a raven and flew off, and you trapped it inside a bubble of force.
And we
By the
knew
time
that they
you,
were part of this crew, didn't we? Those two.
You did know that they were part.
The
well,
twins. We
I
heard
don't
about.
know that anybody sort of laid it out in that way. At least I've not heard any of you draw that connection explicitly. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. But you were shown a vision of
them on a boat.
this other crew on a boat, and these twin tieflings were on board.
Yes.
I mean, it would be an extraordinary coincidence if they were a separate set of tieflings. They certainly look the same. And they've been mentioned to you by Gragspet when you asked him about the crew that had gone through the portal before you, the crystal portal. And yeah, they've got form, or certainly one of them has got form of turning into a raven and zipping about. He was also sitting on the windowsill at Cuthbert's house when you and Cuthbert struck a deal. Cuthbert seemed to be using a raven as a messenger. Again, there's no way you would have remembered that. But anyway, there we are. So that's it. Could be that, could be the same thing, could be different, but that's the one that you remember.
Okay.
Okay, where are we supposed to be going next?
Good question. It's a sandbox, or with you lot, I think more of a litter tray.
So we think we've silenced the Doomshroud's mournful song, yeah?
Very good. You think you have? Almost certainly have, yes. This thing was obviously the origin of that mournful song that caused hopelessness and awfulness. You have quite clearly dealt with it.
Can we search the root base for magical items?
You have.
Right.
Just then.
Oh.
It doesn't look like the sort of thing that has possessions. Looks like it's basically a tree.
So do we think we've done the thing that's here? Or do we not think?
I think we've done
He
it.
asks
I can't see what else
leadingly.
you would be expected to
Maybe
do.
there's a thing we need to collect. Maybe there's a set that we need to complete.
But the wording of the specific task was silence the Doomshroud's mournful song.
Oh, we knew it was a Doomshroud before you said it. Anyway, so yeah.
No. The Doomshroud is the name of the forest,
damn
which is
it.
something that we've been around a few times.
The problem with this is, aren't we making it easier for the other guys as well?
Well, they haven't completed this particular.
Yeah, but if
task,
you only have to
they?
do
Well,
all
that's a
4
good question.
tasks in total, I mean, it's silent now. They don't have to do this one.
Or do they?
Or do they? Have we screwed it for them already?
I hadn't peered too closely at the logic of that. I wouldn't let that bother you.
Yeah. Okay, so should we
could
go?
just wait near the end and just send some ravens to go and spy on the ravens or something like that. It's a bad plan. All right,
Sure.
ignore me. So
Can we have
let's,
a long rest?
What were the
Or
other
a
ones,
short
Mike?
rest?
What were the other things we needed to do?
Claiming Crathon something's golden belt. Harvest the Thornvale nightmare.
Somebody wrote it down.
It's bound to be Lucas.
Claiming of Krathanos' golden belt,
I beg your pardon.
death of the Thornvale nightmare, and harvest of the living feather of the Rock King.
All right, we'll head
Those
to the
were the other
mountains.
There you go.
Head to the mountains.
Those are
That's
your
where the
three.
Rock King's going to be.
Can we have a long rest?
Yeah, Rock King as in ROC. That doesn't mean
Uh,
that mountains aren't the right place to
still
go.
could be the right place,
It
isn't it?
definitely means they're the right
That's
place.
the Raven then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the Rock. That would be
Dwayne.
a kind of weird media. Yeah, that's like a kind of odd crossing the streams moment.
Can
Yeah,
anybody
okay,
hear me?
So
Yep.
Hello,
Yes.
hello. All right.
Yes, Johnny. we
Sorry,
can hear
because
you.
I
We're just-
suggested long rest and it was like a bale of straw. There was no answer.
a bale of straw now.
bale of hay.
Bale of hay.
You can have a long rest. I mean, you can do what you like.
Because I'm
You'll
on
just
37
Can we have
hit
the...
points.
Oh, you're only on 37 hit points.
Yeah,
All right.
someone was at the
Give
front
me all your
bashing
magic
this
or
thing.
I'll attack you.
On 64.
Would you like me to move you onto the other map?
Yes.
And presumably here's as good a place as any to have a long rest.
I guess you must have used spells.
Probably.
Let's move back onto the Hexcrawl map, which I
Yeah.
personally
And I've used
dread.
all my key points.
All Mikey points.
Mikey points,
Mikey
Mikey points.
Yeah, all Mikey points.
special points that I hand out.
Yeah.
Only
To
only
monks.
to Lucas.
Only to monks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That building to the south east.
The ruins.
The ruins.
There are ruins that were spied by Sessions when he took a recon flight, if you recall.
Yep.
I think we're still headed towards the southeast, right? Because we didn't
He could only fly
spot
up a mile.
that there was something right down in the southeast.
There is, yep. Or the mountains.
Yeah, there's a...
I mean, the rock's bound
Or
to
you've
be in
got
the
mountains.
mountains. Isn't it,
Mountains.
somewhere?
Well, seeing as we've gone halfway towards this thing down in the southeast, we might as well carry on there to the end, right? And then
Well,
presumably
that's kind
we
of what
can
I was thinking, but we do
skirt
have a
round
teleport.
to the west and back up to the north to the mountains, which would probably be a bit quicker than trudging through this
Do we
bloody
go
forest.
up a level having killed that tree?
Did you fuck?
That means yes, does
About
it?
time, isn't it?
Excellent.
No, but definitely long rest.
Okay, we're doing the long rest button, are we?
Yeah, let's
We
have
do
a
the
long
long
rest
rest button.
Hang on.
Oh, hang
How long is the travel per hex?
It's 2 hours a hex. 4 hours, I think we agreed, if you're searching, but I suspect you're not searching. So that is about 6 to 8 hours if you went through the forest. I'm trying to think. I mean, you could conceivably go round it, or you could do something clever with, well, I don't know. You haven't had
Well,
one
I'm
of your standard conversations involving bags of holding and fly spells.
I'm actually just wondering if we just teleport to there and then do a long rest.
Oh,
Because then I get my spell back, you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, fine by
We
me.
could do
Yeah,
that.
you can all go in my portable hole as long as you don't put a bag of holding in
You
it.
have to take my
Okay,
handy
put a bag
haversack
holding
then.
in your horrible hole. What happens?
Creates a sort of black hole.
Ooh, it
Nasty-
folds in on
nasty
itself,
things.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
All of you get tipped into the astral plane or something without any
All of us?
feet. Something awful. I can't.
What if I
Everything-
throw it
everything
from a
within 15
distance? Will I
feet.
still get sucked
We'll
in?
look it up. Are you going to do it? If you want to do it,
No.
do it.
No,
So if you're
I'm
going
not
to do
gonna.
it, so you're going to do it, and I'll look it up.
I
It's
want to know
my-
just so I can threaten Johnny
Oh, okay.
with throwing a bag of holding. Lucas's bag of
If
holding.
we're
I'll
all gonna
throw it into his
die-
multiple hole.
I have a
If
handy
it's going to be a
haversack.
TPK,
Is it like the
then I
nuclear
can
option?
throw it at the monster or something. It's my ultimate weapon.
Don't cross the streams. Yeah. Okay, I think we should teleport to close to the ruins
Gotcha.
and then take a long rest.
This is not a familiar thing for you.
Well, I'll fly up and have a look.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Fly up,
Some
have a
fly
look,
ups.
and then go, okay, I'll teleport over there.
One thing I would tell you,
Yeah.
straight away, as you fly up,
Yeah.
it's distinctly colder than it was only half an hour ago. You would expect it to be colder at altitude,
Mm.
but it really is, yeah. And you feel like the cloud base is lowering and darkening. That's what I would say.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a cloudy
Over the,
sky.
over the whole
that's-
island, I mean, rather than just where we are.
Yeah. And you can see out to the horizon on all sides. You're surrounded by some kind of ocean.
Okay.
My only concern with teleporting and then resting is that if we get attacked, we're not in a very good position.
Surely we're more likely to get attacked here than we are.
Well, we know what's here. It's a dead tree.
yeah, and we also know that the bad guys know that we're here.
We could do a short rest to
Uh-huh.
start off with.
the good
How
thing
about a
about the
short
teleport
rest,
is
then teleport?
we move somewhere and they can't follow us moving
Yes.
if they're watching us, because we'll just disappear and reappear somewhere, but they won't see that.
Yeah.
Could we at least do a short rest before we do the teleport, just in case there's something where you're teleporting, so I can get some hit points back?
Sure.
Or you can
That's like an hour.
you can safely
10
get
minutes,
into my
isn't it?
bag of holding, and
Yeah. Do that.
I'll protect you.
Don't worry.
A
Don't
short
worry,
rest
little
is,
child.
What,
Little
10
one.
minutes?
A short rest is a minute per hit dice that you burn.
A minute per
right.
hit
It's
dice.
definitely worth doing, isn't it?
No, that's far too long. No, go on then.
Okay, I'm going to do a short rest. I'm going to some barbarian rolls.
Some barbarian
Barbarian
rolls.
rolls.
Using your barbarian hit dice,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah,
It's like a normal roll, but there's no dressing.
I suppose I'll have to do it in the open.
Bit cheesy.
won't I? Right, 1d12 plus 4.
I'll have a double berserker,
Is
please.
nobody else doing this? I suppose
Extra
nobody
letters.
lost any
Yeah,
hit points
I'm
because they
doing-
weren't
no, I
really
did-
doing anything, right?
No, I
sorry.
lost
Combat.
13 hit
Hello.
points. I'm going to roll a dice because
It was just me up the front, bashing the thing. Everybody else is, I don't know what they were doing.
Killing the monsters,
Yeah.
Hence the reason you don't
Saving
need a short
everybody.
rest, right?
as usual.
So much for the spirit of Christmas.
You just say things, Johnny, and you never listen to actually what the answers are, but never mind.
Pardon?
Ooh, that's...
Oh, dear.
Okay,
It's
I'm
all
rolling
kicking
3
off here.
dice. 3
We'll
dice now.
Spend the
Yeah.
weekend together and all these
Yeah.
simmering tensions
Oh,
bubble to the surface.
That's a great roll.
18.
So
Should
readers,
have-
he
should
rolled
have
3d12 and got
I'll
6.
do another 2.
That really is.
the saddest thing.
That's a little bit. Okay, well,
30.
redeemed slightly by the 8.
Slightly by
But
the 8.
1, 4, 3, and 8.
Anyway, come on, let's teleport and do a long rest.
Hang on, I need to
Oh, you
just
need
do
to-
a few more.
Well, aren't you on 2 cleric dice now?
I'm on my cleric dice now, so I might as well just do the...
Just do
No,
it.
do
Do
fireball
it.
on
Nobody
Johnny.
else is doing it.
I think Johnny's
Yes.
going to do the
Oh, I'm going to do it,
Fireball on
Johnny.
I
buggy.
said
I'm gonna
3
do it as
times
well.
I'm doing it.
There you go.
Nobody listens to me.
Well, roll your dice. Then,
Oh,
people.
I got one.
Oh dear. This is a short rest. Well, it's a
Disaster.
failed. This is
Yeah.
a dreadful short rest. Yeah.
So
I've only
that's-
taken 3 hit points
Yeah, I know.
of damage.
I've only taken 13, so I'm going to roll another dice. Just
Oh, that's a bit more like it.
54.
Well, I may as well not bother because
That's 2 dice
3 hit
for
points. But I may
12
as-
points, and I'm
okay,
back on
I may
full.
as well take a short
I'm gonna have
rest.
to
All
do
right,
my
I'll take
last
a
4.
dice.
So grudging and
Go on, Johnny. You might as well use your
Cross.
last dice. I mean, we're going to take a long
Yeah,
rest at
I'm
the
gonna
end of
use
the
them
teleport.
35. Right. Thing is, I got so many hit points. So many hit points. It's taking ages.
45.
Got maximum
Right.
on mine. I only needed 3.
Any chance for happy stick? Touch with a
No.
happy stick. Why?
Sure,
Because
and
we're
in
going to
fact,
take a
on-
long rest.
You're a cleric. Cast Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
oh yeah, you're a cleric.
Okay.
It's absolutely craven.
Just 2. All right, do a couple of heals.
Just shameless behaviour.
This is why I bloody became a cleric. So I can heal.
So you can
heal.
still ask other
What?
people for heals.
So people, I knew nobody's going to give me a heal, right?
No, of course, give you a heal if you didn't have your own healing resource.
It's like trying to get blood out of a stone.
I see what you mean.
How many hit
I see
points
what
are you
mean,
now on?
Mike? We really have
I'm 4
had
short.
enough of each
4
other.
short.
3 days in a row, and it's
For
like,
sure.
Oh, please, great cleric. Please, can I have a
if anybody
cure
ever
light wound?
suggests doing a,
It's all right. I'll do
D&D
another one
week.
You
myself.
can do another one.
we need to remember to to avoid.
Finally back on full.
I think it's something about neutral territory that kept the lid on things, and as soon as we're back around the
table,
customary
yeah.
table,
Yeah.
it's all just oh god.
Right, teleport to the south without Johnny.
So you are envisioning the ruins in your mind and casting teleport, right?
Yes, so I don't want to be right in the ruins, just in case. I want to be
No,
like
like
a couple of hours
definitely
outside.
an hour's walk away.
1 square away.
Ruin borders, ruin
Yeah.
approach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
On
What happened to the old
environs, ruin
version of
environs.
teleport? There should be like 5% chance of teleporting,
Too
10
high or
meters
too
up,
low.
down,
What?
left or right, and you could end
Well, there
up
is.
in solid stone or something.
Lovely.
It's still there.
Sorry,
you can
why are
you
you
can
saying
do
that?
that. But
You don't have to come.
what a lovely thing to raise now.
No,
What
I'm
about
just
the rule
thinking
where you
about the
just
old
roll the
days.
dice and then maybe you might just die instantly?
That's really nice of you, Johnny. Actually,
No,
that's-
the old rules were the teleport was a bit,
The old
it's a
ways
risk.
are the best.
It's risky.
Those rules still apply.
Do they?
Yes, but they don't apply to somewhere you've seen. I can't be bothered to look it up. And I don't have to look it up anyway,
Well, they-
because when you cast your teleport spell, you get
Okay.
and you go
Nowhere.
absolutely nowhere.
Okay, well, we've
Give me an Arcana check, Burple.
Getting a 4.
Girl, you can't.
Yeah,
Can't
okay,
work out
yeah. It's your.
what's
It's
happening.
fine. I know
Can I
what's
roll
happening. It's
Arcana?
the same thing that you always impose on us as players, which is you can't teleports don't work.
Graham, you can't do an Arcana. You're a cleric.
I can.
No, you
You
can't.
know that
Yes,
power
I
that's
can.
really kind of key to your
It's a
character.
skill.
Doesn't work.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I get 13.
I do. 13?
13 doesn't work. Right?
Ah.
Yeah, no, sorry.
13. It's not your area of expertise, Sessions, but you think that
It's dimmed.
there's some quality of this place means that you're not connected at all to the interplaniverse that's required in order for anything like teleport to work.
Well, I think it's quite handy we know that now,
Mm.
rather
Maybe
than
that's why Burple felt slightly diminished the moment that you stepped through here.
So now we'll unmemorize
If you recall, another thing you hadn't
those
remembered.
spells.
Well, I had remembered that. I just assumed you were just
I don't.
picking on me as usual in some way.
I'm not picking on you, but I won't. But I won't deny that when I read ahead,
It's very amusing.
I
Yes.
find first paragraph is like, in this section of the adventure, Dan's character
It's diminished.
basically
Pick
fucked.
one character.
Right, you're in the clearing. It's a lovely day for a walk.
We'll fly.
Fly, yeah. Now, flying.
Oh God. Flying
First
doesn't
of
work
all-
either. In fact, none of your magic works.
Flying works. How are you flying. And I don't mean
Like Superman.
leaving the ground. Yeah,
With my
tiny
arms
little-
out.
Flap my
wiggling
wing.
your hands up and down like
Like a
tiny
bird.
wings. Yeah. I mean, not all of you can fly.
Who can't fly?
I can't fly.
Buggy can't fly, Parker can't fly, and Scaly can't fly.
We'll stick Scaly in the bag of holding.
I think Scaly can fly.
Can he?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
Who's got his character sheet?
Graham, you've got the character sheet.
Oh, let me have a look.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, God.
Well, the
Been
other
walking
thing is about
so
flying.
many-
I have a potion of flying, but then that would be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it?
Graham's
I don't
got
know.
a
I mean,
broom,
it's
doesn't he?
literally for flying.
Graham has a
I have a broom.
so he can carry one other.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
feel
I did
tactically
a little bit of
useful.
Put
research.
Buggy in my pocket. Sorry, go on.
I did a bit of research. How far you can fly
Oh, hang on.
Did you know?
over the course of a single fly spell.
Yeah.
Hang
And
on.
the answer, you will be delighted to learn, is about 2.7 miles before it runs out.
That's rubbish.
So, one fly spell
Even hasted.
doesn't even... No, not hasted.
Ah.
If you're hasted, you can times that by 1.5.
So like 3.5
That-
miles. 3 and 3
Yeah,
quarters
so
miles.
not enough to cover a single hex.
Okay, we'll walk.
You can't fly. You could...
Get
You
Buggy
could
can
just-
carry me. I'll sit on Buggy's shoulders and he can carry me.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Make
I
himself
think Buggy's
useful.
shoulders...
Oh, I forgot.
I
have
think
wings
each of Buggy's
flying.
shoulders is about an inch across.
I think the wings of flying
But-
are quite short-lived.
An hour.
the wings
Yeah.
are flying.
An hour?
Yes.
Well, an hour is... I think a fly spell is 10 minutes.
An hour at 60 feet.
So you
Fly
could
spell
do...
is...
So he doesn't, as far as I can see, have anything that allows him to fly.
Fly spell is 10 minutes, yeah.
Wings give you a flying speed of 60. So
Yeah,
move
so you
would be
can-
120.
So you're fine. So basically everybody's fine apart from Purple. No.
I can carry.
No,
I can carry.
that's not what's happening.
How many people can I
Can
carry?
you? I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. You're asking all the wrong people
Yeah.
by the sound of it. Nobody knows.
Well, I can carry up to 400 pounds, but going quite slowly.
All we need to do is work out how you're flying,
Or we just walk.
who's carrying who, and who's doing what.
Can we summon anything?
I can summon an air elemental.
Not really what I had in mind.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're thinking more of summoning a
Steed.
don't know, like a-
some kind of steed.
yeah, griffin or a golden shining winged horse.
I had a griffin once, but it attacked me. Well, off we go then,
You
Mike.
did have a griffin. You did. It's another thing in the litany of purple misfortunes.
It's quite funny because he's quite a grumpy character anyway. So he's like, oh, I guess we'll walk.
Should we do a long rest before you walk?
Well, probably now that we're not getting the instant transportation.
We're going to have to walk and then we're going to have to rest. Do you think we'll encounter something on the way?
Well, possible. I mean, I'm all right, but what about spells?
I'm okay for spells. Did I burn a 7th level spell trying to do that teleport?
Oh, good question. Let me have a look.
I've
Examine
got
the
a reasonable selection of spells.
I have a reasonable selection of spells also.
Especially since you can't use most of them.
Can use regenerate though.
Is it going to work as intended? That's the question. Just going to grow another.
Another leg.
Another head. Start arguing with myself.
Well, it doesn't say, so I'm going to be nice and say no. You try and
Okay.
you frame the incantation in your mind. You try and release the magical energy therein and realise that it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Sessions thinks it's something to do with no connection with the astral plane, something like that.
Yeah.
Which conceivably could mean that you could actually put a bag of holding inside another bag of holding without a problem.
Do they actually work, these
Is any-
bags of holding?
Only one way to find out. Oh well, that's true. No, surely they. Oh no, let's not get into that. Funny but inconvenient. What are you doing? Walking?
I think we walk and then take a long rest.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in the afternoon, yeah?
Lunchtime. We're calling
Lunchtime.
it lunchtime. Yeah.
So we've got another, 6 hours of travel?
Yeah. I mean, night falls quickly in the tropics.
Right. Are we in the tropics?
I don't know. I just thought I'd say that.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8 hours to the edge of the forest. Then we can say that you can move more quickly. So
Okay, but that's fine. We'll move to the edge of the forest.
Eight,
When we
nine,
hit the outskirts of the forest, then we'll rest.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a good
okay.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
that gets, so about 8 p.m.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the southeastern
It's
borders
really cold.
of the forest. Yeah. And it starts to snow. You only really get the sense of that as you get into the sparser sections of the forest in the southeast. The sky is leaden, and by about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, it's dark and a heavy snow develops.
This is where
Catching in your
I wish I had
witch
kept
lights and
Lemon's
torchlight.
tiny hut.
Yep.
and settling all around you. That's the most wonderful time.
And suddenly you see a man in a sleigh.
Yeah, and then you hear bells.
Ching, ching, ching.
Yeah.
He's about 2 weeks away, I understand.
Yeah, Lucas is about 2 weeks away.
I didn't know Father Christmas was a master of spider science.
Well, how else would you explain his extraordinary, I don't know,
Teeth.
climbing abilities?
Oh.
Yeah.
Climbing ability.
Can you explain the 8 eyes? And the webs.
And the mandibles.
Otherwise. Yeah, and the mandibles. Exactly. I mean, he has to be. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Glad we've cleared that up. Right, so we heal up overnight. We take a long rest. Can we do that?
You can. It's cold, but you can.
Right.
You could build a fire.
Push the long rest button.
Are we pushing the button?
The firelight reflects off the eyes of woodland creatures that guard you from the shadows.
Fireball them.
Oh, lovely. Talking about
Graham,
bunny
is there
rabbits,
some like
deer.
spell
You know.
that helps resist cold? I mean, not magical cold, but environmental cold. Find one. I'm sure there
Energy
is.
something?
Protection against cold.
Protection.
Is it called wear clothes?
There is
well,
one.
there
I
is.
can't remember. Lemon's
Can't
tiny
remember
hut
what
does
it
it.
is,
There is a spell, but we can't. Let's not.
but I just wanted to pick
Yeah.
it up.
Protection
Distract us.
from
You're the cleric.
energy, maybe. Choose
No.
cold. Concentration up to an hour, but that's not great.
No, you have to sit there thinking about it. And of course, that makes you feel a bit cold.
Yeah.
What level spell? Oh, that's quite third level.
It's quite third level. as we said.
Duration: willing creature you touch has resistance to 1 damage type.
Let's not get into this because it's cold, but it's not that cold. You can build a fire.
Okay, we'll do
You
that.
can build a shelter of some sort. I don't know. Can you? Have any of you got any ranks
Yes.
in survival or anything like that?
I
Yes,
have
I have
I have
barbarian.
survival 4.
+7.
2. And I have the
there
elemental
we go.
attunement thing, so I can, light snuff campfires.
Light snuff campfires.
Yeah,
Excellent.
light or
So
snuff campfires.
the next day dawns cold and crisp and even.
Pushing the long rest button then.
The world is quiet, deadened by snow.
So I think this evening I'm going to forget how to do Dimension Door for a while. I'm going to focus my mind on something else.
What's the something else, Graham?
Gotcha.
Maybe Heroes Feast or Temple of the Gods. No, I can't unprepare it, which is slightly annoying.
Why is it one of your...
Oh right, you can't.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
So you can not.
I can't not remember it. It's
You cannot.
all-
You cannot memorize it for the day, right? You can't. You can not pick it, but
No,
you can't
it's
not
always
learn it so that
it's always prepared. So I always have to pick
Oh,
it.
is it a part of your
cleric feature thing?
It must be.
Your school.
trickster domain? Yeah, sounds like a trickstery kind of
Yeah.
spell.
I think it probably is.
Doing the death ward as usual.
You're long rested, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the following morning,
Okay.
deep and crisp and even.
Deep and crisp and I will do aid.
Dum dingle dangle doodle. Aid spell.
Yeah. 3 creatures
Still
within
snowing.
range.
Aid on who?
Me, Burple, and Parker. Plus 10 maximum hit points.
Thank you.
And on Parker.
Okay, so duly prepped. What are you going to do? Looking at the map, your understanding of the distances. I mean, it's another 16 miles to the ruins.
Proceed forward in a southeasterly direction.
Each hex is 4 miles. So let's say it takes you an hour per hex. So as sort of mid-morning approaches, you can make out the solitary, rather lonely looking ruin of a building. Maybe it was a tower or a keep or something, spearing up from the snowy tundra as you approach that southeastern corner of the island and the coast. As you do so, you see a skein of figures almost seem to run or clamber or fly or something up into the air in a sort of winding string of figures. You hear a great booming laugh echo around you. It seems to be coming from this keep building. And these flying figures get closer and closer and resolve themselves. Let's put you on another map. we've got a sort of general map that we're going to use as you approach this
That
place.
means it's going
Not
to be
snowy.
crap. Oh, no.
I'm going to just say that you're sort of set up. You're crossing this area of open ground.
It's amazing that
Yep.
somehow Uncle Buggy's in the middle. No.
I just thought I'd anticipate.
Come
you
on.
know.
Got to protect the
Junior cleric.
the lead key character.
You can make out what these creatures are.
Mm-hmm.
They look like nothing so much as grotesque, fiendish statues. Winged statues.
Gargoyles.
A couple of them break from the main formation and circle their way down to you. Let's put a couple on the map. They don't seem to be hostile. Well, not in that direct sense. Readers, you can't see this, but the moment these guys have been approaching, a little dance is taking place as people try and hide under a tree and then move each other around to cause the maximum danger to particular people. Well, if one of them can find one of them, you just stand still for long enough. It flies down and it perches on a rock
Fireball.
and regards you, if it can find you, coldly.
Oi.
It says,
Hello.
in a kind of
Hello.
grating, stony voice,
It says.
yeah, I'm looking stuff up in it.
Let's hear the box text.
It flies down
Well,
in a stony voice, which I'm dying to hear.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
says.
hello.
You're interpreting
hello
that as
there.
Scottish.
Ah. No, I'm not. It's got a stony voice.
Oh, well, that's quite
It
good.
says,
Hello there. You must accompany us to meet our master, Krathanos the Conqueror, exiled by the gods for his designs to rule
yeah.
all of creation, and shackled by the treacherous druids of Tilagos, until such time as brave stalwarts arrive
at which point it sort of gestures to you.
to free him.
Claiming of
Follow us.
Krathanos' golden belt.
You may have food.
Yeah.
You may have shelter from this cold storm. You may have respite, chance to heal your wounds, and be entertained with our hospitality.
That's a very good advice, Mike.
It's not my voice.
Sounds like you have an effect running.
It had an effect on my windpipe. Fuck. Anyway, there we go. I won't be using that very often.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
Could you repeat?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. For the third time.
I can't do that voice again. It gestures you to follow,
Right.
and it rejoins its flapping mates
Uh,
up in the sky.
All right.
And they kind of wheel around in a loop that ever spirals, recurses towards this keep. Every now and again, the lead gargoyle, I don't know, can he beckon you forward without catastrophically affecting his aerodynamics? Anyway, whatever he does, they encourage you towards the keep. You want to be encouraged towards the keep?
Yeah, we'll be encouraged to keep.
Let's put keep
How many of these things are
on.
there?
6.
That's
Um,
the end of the world.
Not the end of the world. Gargoyles aren't like, the closer you get to the ruins of this keep, the louder this kind of booming voice becomes. It's emerging from within the stonework. It's heavy stone walls that show signs of decay and disruption. And there's this voice that by turns it's muttering to itself, just nonsense, or it's singing, sounding quite merry.
Good song? Any song I know?
No, it's odd. It's like a kind of kind of thing. And at a certain point, as you get closer and closer, a head appears over the parapet. This individual emerges, or rather, just basically stands up. The weathered walls of the keep are torn and ragged. They appear to have been battered down on more than one occasion, their chipped stone blocks rebuilt haphazardly into makeshift structures with little integrity. 4 crumbling towers overlook the outer courtyard. The archway providing entrance into the compound looms empty. Its iron portcullis now nothing more than a heap of twisted black metal lying on the ground, and this giant figure stands within this structure. It's fully 30 foot tall, this thing.
Right.
Shall I show you a
Right.
picture?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, I haven't got a picture, but I'll I'll put this figure. First of all, let's put you on a map for the keep. We'll move you to a new map.
Oh, God.
It's exactly like the old map. With some differences. First of all, there is a figure. You can see this figure now on your map.
Yes.
A giant individual who stomps up towards the archway that leads into the keep, regards you as you arrive.
Don't tell me, wait, he's wearing a golden belt.
He is wearing a golden belt, Lucas. Of course he's wearing a golden belt.
And there are some gorillas?
You can hear the growls and low whoops of some giant simians from within. You can make out cages. It looks like the cages are effectively sealed with giant rocks on the top, slabs of stone. They're just effectively a box with a stone slab sealing them off. This creature looks down at you all. You can look up at it. It's all a bit Ray Harryhausen. This thing kind of cranes down to regard you. It's got an enormous warhammer in one hand. Its towering frame is sculpted to perfection, bulging cords of muscle lining every foot of his gigantic torso. Oh, hey?
Hey?
He's wearing an enormous belt of solid gold encrusted with fist-sized emeralds, and the warhammer is enormous and spiked. Somebody give me an insight check.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone give me an insight check.
Insight. Rated insight.
I have +7 on insight. Hopefully.
Insight.
16?
Oh, 26.
Sessions, Parker, I mean, it's clear that he's not the most cogent of people. You just get a sense, looking up at this giant countenance as it regards you from above, that you are looking at a deeply unstable individual. The gargoyles settle on the walls, adopting a kind of equidistant pattern around the perimeter. You can see past him to one of these cages. Inside it is a gorilla of just quite extraordinary size. In D&D terms, it's a 15-foot base. Yeah? I think that's huge. I'm saying that's huge. This thing looks at you. It says, "Now then, do all of your heads match all of your bodies? Have a look, there's a green one. There's a funny one with funny eyes. There's a funny little thing on a stick. There's a funny little thing on the ground. And there's a funny thing, but the heads all match. Okay, you may approach. One thing I cannot stand is a creature whose head does not match his body like this individual." He reaches into a sack, his belt, pulls out a bull's head. "This individual came asking for my belt, sent by somebody or other.
Oh.
His head didn't match his body, so I pulled it off." "Come into my keep.
Do we need
Talk
to...
to me about how you're going to restore me to the world and my unjust imprisonment."
Was it unjust? What did you do?
Nothing.
Where are you imprisoned?
What do you mean?
Can you not leave this keep?
Here! Not the keep, you blithering little monkey! Here, you fools! This place sort of encompasses everything.
So how do we free you from your imprisonment?
What magics have you? What enchantments have you? Can you make a pathway from this place to another?
It appears that my magics don't work.
Possibly.
In this place.
Your magics don't work! It lifts its warhammer in absolute fury and just slams it into the ground.
Uh-oh.
Everything just shakes. Can everybody give me a DC 25 strength saving throw?
Is this to be knocked over in some way?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're flying, you're fine.
I'm fine. Twinkle toes, however.
A natural 20 for Buggy, 29.
DC 20.
29.
God.
Loads.
22.
22, not enough.
16, not enough.
Twinkletoes got 15.
15, not enough. Right, those of you who didn't get enough, anybody want to use their Ort dice?
No. I guess we just knocked flat prone, right?
You are knocked flat, that's exactly right. You can see how the keeper's got itself into such a parlous state.
Right.
You are knocked prone. The ground shakes beneath your feet, and this thing kind of roars its fury. And now it starts stomping around inside the keep, muttering, shouting to itself. It doesn't seem to be targeting you with its ire. It's withdrawn into itself. It's having this weird kind of internal dialogue that's not...
Are you confined...
It just makes no sense linguistically.
Are you confined to this ruins?
He's not paying any... It's not paying any attention to you.
Okay. Right.
Stomps around a bit, returns.
Why should I trust you? Why should I trust you? Oh, the universe is against me.
Why not trust us?
Are you confined to these ruins?
At least I suppose your heads match your bodies. Unlike the last...
Where is it you want to go?
Anywhere. The world. My birthright. Back into the universe. Away from this prison.
Are you confined to these ruins or to this island in its entirety?
There are more prisons than are made with stone and steel, you green idiot.
Have you been on the other side? Have you travelled to the other side
prisons
of the
of
forest?
the mind, as well as prisons of magic.
Can we stand up again? Can we stand up again?
What did you say?
He looks at you.
What did you say? Did you say that you didn't like me?
No. Look, you can climb in my portable hole, and then I can get you out of here.
Did you say I was a hole?
No, you can climb in this portable hole,
Why don't
extra
we just
dimensional
start the
space,
fight?
and we'll get you out of here. Just give me the belt.
Did you spill my pint?
The belt?
Yes.
I think that was a bit premature, Johnny, but never mind.
The gargoyles are like head in hand. Oh no, he mentioned the belt.
Podcast about the belt.
Oh no, he mentioned that. And the gorillas are all like, oh god.
We'll just borrow the belt while you get in the portable hole, and then when you come out, we'll give you the
I'm
belt
going
back.
to cast a fly.
Dare you look upon my belt of power?
Just borrow it.
You
You can't wear it in the
insignificant,
portable hole.
smelly little worm.
Well, you didn't knock me over then, did you? Pathetic.
It just completely loses it.
Oh,
Here we go.
It lifts its hammer up high, roars its frustration and madness into the sky, and a storm of roaring flame descend upon you. And we'll find out quite how the storm of flame and the made-up voice, a huge person with the giant hammer, and the gargoyles, and how that all pans out. I suspect not well when we pick things up again next week, you lovely people. And Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. It's not Christmas, though, for another month.
10 days. 10 days or he casts another firestorm.
Ho, ho, ho.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Library of Last Resort and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Library of Last Resort was written by Nicholas Logue. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.
Do you like your tabletop RPGs to be grim, gritty, and grounded? If so, then Legend of the Bones is the podcast for you. A hybrid of dark fantasy audio drama and old school solo D&D. In Legend of the Bones, the dice rule. There'll be no rerolls, no fudging the dice, no metacurrency. The roll of the bones will determine the character's destiny, and no one will be spared their fate. None shall escape the destiny of Bone.